I think this patch exists to A, make Dota more casual, and B, make Dota simpler. And I know that these two statements may seem very strange, right? They're like very, very strange because, well, have you seen the patch? Every hero now gains 3 new things. Wasn't Dota simpler when every hero didn't have, you know, 2 facets and an innate on top of their already existing abilities? And you're correct, absolutely. I actually originally really worried that that was what was going to happen here, right? In my mindset, I thought, oh god, they're going to make Dota even more complicated than it already is. And I was really not looking forward to this patch when I first saw, you know, like what it was. But then as I looked through it, and you can watch the 5-hour video if you really want to. But as I looked through it, there's a really interesting pattern that emerged, I think. And that is that a lot of these upgrades, or like these new things the heroes got, were actually just existing elements of their abilities being split up into smaller bits. Oh, this Marcy's not letting me have any farm. Fuck me, I guess. Okay. I mean, if you want to be carry, Marcy, then go ahead. Anyway. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So, for example, Warlock had imps associated with his Q, right? And that was like a really big, complicated ability now with a lot of text. But if you check it out now, the imps have been made into his innate. And the fatal bonds are now just really, really simple again, with only a couple of lines of text. Very short, brief tooltip. Makes everything a lot more comprehensible. And I think that's actually great, right? Because it's made the game easier to understand. Because you no longer have to work your way through a giant pile of tooltips. And instead, you just get this like smaller, minor amount. Why are we going for this? There's a different guy right here. It's just way easier to kill. Alright. Oh, I'm so good. I can't believe that hit both of them. That's wild, actually. Alright. Come over here. Thank you very much. Pick up this. Can we get this? I mean... Marcy? There we go. Took her time. Got the kill, though. I think I'm dead. No, we're good. Let's go. Let's go. I've got another one of these bad boys. I've got another one. Alright, time to go back. We'll just go back to base, honestly. Just go back and heal up. Because this is just getting a little bit sweaty up here, I have to say. Alright, pick up this, and I think I'll also grab myself a little magic wand while we're walking back. So, abilities have been simplified, because a lot of stuff is now just kind of put into these innates. And for example, here with Techies wasn't made more complicated, right? Because he already had Minefield Sign. Now it's just an innate, right? There wasn't actually a new ability that got added here. There are not a lot of new abilities that were added into the game. In fact, like I don't know if they've really... I would say most heroes didn't get anything new, really. But the simplification of it, by streamlining it into something that can be classified as an innate, and then also by making it so that the tooltips of the other abilities can be shorter and simpler, I think makes the game a lot more comprehensible. And this is something that I've been complaining about, right? I mean, you guys know that. But I think Dota has... Like, yeah, so Dota has a couple of, like, levels of power creep that it's been going through. But the two really big ones are resource creep and also kind of complexity creep. The modern Dota heroes are just, like, a lot more complicated than their older counterparts. They just have a lot more things going on with them. If you compare, like, Nature's Prophet's teleport, for example. Back in the day, it just teleported you. But now it teleports you, and then it gives you this kind of complex buff on top of that. And that kind of stuff just adds up, right? Like, sure, for us and franchise players, it might not be that big of a deal to, like, remember that Nature's Prophet now has a thing there. But, you know, if you're trying to learn the game, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there, and you have to do that for every hero, for every ability. It just kind of gets a bit much, right? Okay, hello. There we go. Just kind of smack him a little bit. Ooh, Marcy does a lot of damage. Alright, we're going in. Nice. I have a mine. I don't think it's something I can really use all that effectively, so I'll just toss it down here for now. Let me go ahead and grab probably just a bracer for now. Oh, get wrecked. Alright, so far we're okay. We're okay. I mean, I don't think we can kill the lion there. But we do some damage. Now, Dota also has a bit of a different problem, though. Because Dota is a very competitive game. Now, it has always been competitive. But I do feel like over the years, this idea of playing casual Dota has kind of been abandoned. And I feel like that's a bit of a shame. Like, isn't that just a little bit unfortunate? That the whole idea of like casual Dota is just something that's like more or less just a joke now. And I feel like part of that is because it's difficult for Dota to make its heroes be balanced while also enabling casual, silly things. So I think techies, and this is why I picked techies today, is a prime example of that. Where techies, old techies, let's set aside TI5 for one moment, was kind of like a joke character, right? Like nobody really thought techies was any good or really at all playable. And there we go, good, that landed. That's what we needed, right? So nobody really thought techies was any good or really playable at all. And as a result, the hero just like was never taken seriously. You just like, techies is just kind of like a bad character and that's all you have there. But that made techies a very popular choice with casual players. Right? Because it's like a hero that doesn't really have that expectation of actually being good placed upon it. So because of that, techies can do just kind of whatever the fuck they want to. Does that make sense? How there's like a certain freedom and not feeling competitive all the time? Nice. Just bonk him a little bit. Bonk him, bonk him, bonk him. Alright, I'll probably just go back to base again. I know I'm just walking back to base a lot, but I mean, that's just how it is. That's just how it's gonna be. Let me pick up some power treads as well.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Over the years, techies was then reworked. And this old casual techies was lost. If you want to play the old techies, you can't. Techies is just gone. And instead we have this new techies now, who has had significant competitive success. Yes, not at a TI, sure, but there have been various tournaments where this new techies has actually been pretty good. So, the question there is though, was that a net benefit for the game? Like, is Dota better because techies is a viable support? Or would Dota be a more fun, more interesting game if techies was still a disaster that was only really played in silly matches by casual players and never used competitively? Personally, I actually think that, no, I would rather have techies be a silly hero than be just like another competent support. Now, how do you make those two things work at the same time though, right? That's where it gets really complicated. That's where it gets really tricky. And I think that's where facets also come into play. Because facets allow you to do that. I'm probably dead here. Alright, disarm. Oh my god, am I gonna win this? Holy, let's go techies. I am actually the best techies player in the universe. Also, we're gonna go feed some kills so the game gets a little bit more even. I don't want this to just be a stomp. Right? Where's the fun in that? I wanna sit here and talk with you all a little bit. I wanna play techies. I wanna get into the late game. So we're just gonna make this a little bit more even. Alright, come here, friends.
I am Barmy from the future, and I'm here to tell you, you need to save the planet! And the only way you can do it is by leaving a like on the video. Oh no.
I'm gonna just go run into a tower or something. We do need our opponents to actually interact with us.
Enemy's middle
Oh, hello. Because otherwise, you know, they're not really getting anything out of it. So anyway. Ooh, hello, Slaughter. It turns out getting a free kill can be kind of difficult as well. So that's where facets come in, though. I think with facets, you can kind of have both. So if you check out Techie's facets, and again, I'm playing Techie's very deliberately today. If you check out Techie's facets, he's got free. He's got squeeze scope. Techies gains 1 attack range for each point of attack speed. This is terrible. Spleen's secret sauce, increased blast off damage and self damage, max HP as bonus damage 15%. And Facet Spoon Stash, techies can use items in their backpack as if they were in their inventory. This is also terrible, right? Because you're support. I mean, what does this even do? So that's kind of the funny thing though. With this right here, you have something that is just good. Spleen's secret sauce is just a damage increase in a beneficial way. It's simple, it's effective, it gets the job done. It's just something you can pick and it's gonna be alright. I was like, I gotta feed another kill. And otherwise our opponents are not caught up yet. And it's gotta be, hey, Chaos Knight, come die. Come with me, my friend. We're gonna die together.
We're going.
Okay, there we go. So techies, what am I saying? Techies has 3 different facets. One of them is clearly meant to be competitively viable. And the others aren't. And I do not believe that Valve looked at this one, Squeeze Scope, and thought to themselves, oh, this is just as good as Spleen's secret sauce. Obviously they didn't think that. They aren't idiots. Like, you gotta be an idiot to believe that. That's just the only way you would arrive at that conclusion, right? And Valve aren't idiots. So they don't think that. We can just say that. So what does that mean then? Well, it means that they must have chosen it for a different purpose. And that purpose is, oh, it's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be casual. It's supposed to be something you can just pick because it's funny. Is Tidehunter's Krill Hunter, or Krill Eater, sorry, I don't know which one it is, but anyway, is Tidehunter's Krill thing competitively viable? Hell no! That shit's garbage! I played it earlier, you literally can't last hit creeps, it's just not possible. Like, yes, I guess in theory it's possible. You can't last it, it's just, no way, no way. And Valve tested that. For sure. I mean, they must have, because otherwise how do they know it actually works? So they must have played at least one game of it, and they must have realized immediately, oh, this is not competitively viable in any way. Like, it's just not at all a possibility. And then the other one is just kind of fine. It's just okay. It's just good. So the question there is then, well, are Valve idiots? Do they think that Krill Eater is actually good? Or is there maybe a different purpose? And I think there's a different purpose. I think that they don't believe Krill Eater is actually good. I think that's the point. It's supposed to be shit. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be something you can play in a casual game of Dota where you're not like super intense about it. You're not playing a TI. You're just kind of playing the video game a little bit. And in that environment, I think something like Krill Eater or here Spoon Stash, although I'm not entirely sure, maybe Spoon Stash does have some competitive merit. But like, for example, the other one, the other techies thing, maybe those, that's where they shine. Because they're funny and interesting and cute. Right? There's also the other element where I feel like the facets can help reduce the complexity of the game even more. Because Dota, for a long time, I feel, has prided itself on the flexibility of its heroes. Right? Like how you can play heroes in multiple roles. And that is very cool, and I think that is something that Dota should be proud of. That's a very neat feature of the game. However, as much as that is true, as much as heroes do have a lot of flexibility in Dota, there's one thing that is worth keeping in mind there, is that that flexibility only very, very, very rarely starts in the middle of a game, right? Instead, that flexibility you already start with you choose it during the laning stage, during the drafting stage, basically, right? Whether or not you pick Weaver as a support or as a carry is a decision you make during the draft. You don't play the game for a little bit and then figure out whether or not your Weaver is a support or a carry. So, following that logic, wouldn't it be okay if you just formalized that decision and then made the heroes, like adjusted the heroes to work better given that new role, given the role they are taking on? And by doing so, you then can take away elements that aren't relevant and focus on the ones that are. Simplifying the actual playing of the heroes by stripping them of the elements that just aren't required for the role they are currently taking on. And I think, yeah, you can do that. That would be fine. I don't think you lose any game complexity or depth there, not in a way that would actually matter, right? Like, I know that in theory, you could have heroes swap roles mid-game, but in practice, that just doesn't happen. That's just not something that's part of the game. And so, isn't it fine to just embrace that? And I think so. Alright. I'm just kind of buying random shit. Yeah, okay, look. I'm not saying... maybe I did say that Spoon Stash isn't good. I feel like Spoon Stash could actually have some competitive merit. But the other one, the first one, definitely doesn't, right? Like, there's no way that thing is in any way good. But it's funny. And that's like it. That's all you need, right? Alright, I'm just kind of like chilling here. Just farming. I just want some money. So I can fill up my 9 inventory spaces. So that's to me what patch 7.36 is. It's actually a surprisingly small patch if you think about it purely in terms of like new additions to the game. There aren't really that many. Like, Dota has not been made more complex because of it, I feel. And instead, I think it's actually become simpler. And I really appreciate that. And I think that's a great move. I do still wish that Valve maybe, you know, brewed up a patch that also impacted the way Dota is actually played, because I don't expect this patch to have a huge impact on the actual core gameplay loop of Dota. But that's alright. One step at a time, right? Okay. Has made the drafting. So yes, obviously it has an impact on drafting. But what I'm talking about is like the actual core gameplay loop in the game and the core strategies that define how Dota is played. When I say that it hasn't impacted Dota all that much. Right? Obviously it impacts drafting. It does impact drafting. I mean, I wouldn't be silly enough to tell you that it doesn't do that. Alright. So. What are we getting next? We have a Dragonlance, we have a bunch of crap. I still have 2 of these. Just get like a casual small crit. And then, you know, I don't know, it's just some other small item before we start upgrading stuff. I do think it's kind of funny that we have these extra inventory spaces. Grab these. But yeah, this is, again, I'm not just saying this because I was excited about this patch going into it. When I first saw this patch, I was actually really worried, and I really thought like, oh no, Valve are just gonna give every hero 3 more abilities, and it's gonna make the game extremely complicated, even more so than it currently is. And I thought that was just a step in the wrong direction. But again, as I then read the patch, and now that I've played it a bunch, I don't think that's what happened. And so I actually quite like it. Oh no. Go away. Yes, get fucked. So that's what does my Aghanim Shard do? It makes it so that this just kind of...
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Can be cast on allies and deals damage on detonation. Okay, I don't care about that. Doesn't... Oh yeah, right. This just kind of stays active anyway. I am not super familiar with techies, I'm not gonna lie. Hello. Oh, I am dead. Holy hell, that was a lot of damage. Okay, I'm gonna need to spend another 3 years farming up, and then we'll get him. That's the plan. Ooh, is this Witch Doctor with the double ward? Yes, no Aghanims yet though, that's a shame. Marcy fighting. This is Wraith King here with the new Spectral Blade. I've played with that, and it's really powerful. I think Spectral Blade is really strong. Wow, we got wiped. Okay, no more feeding. Go kill him. I killed somebody! See, just follow my lead. Just follow my lead, friends.
Top tower is under attack.
I need to get... I think I'm just gonna get a Lincoln Sphere. Because I like having the extra mana. And I also don't want to get disabled like we just got disabled. That seems bad. It's good against Bane. And it's also nice because it's just an item we can put in the backpack, right? Backpack items can't have hotkeys. So that's a little bit awkward. We gotta be careful with that.
Your top tower is under attack.
Come over there.
Your top tower.
Although I do look forward to some of these pub-centered strategies showing up in competitive Dota. Because they will, right? I mean, I was so delighted when I saw the stun gun morphling game that Wings Gaming put on at TI6. I think I've talked about this a couple of times now, because it's just so memorable to me. Oh, that's such a good game. That's such a good game.
Dire structures are
That's peak Dota right there. Okay. I am sitting in the back, attacking. Hit that lion. Nice. There's a dazzle? That's fine. I'm just gonna hit him. Alright, I gotta go, I think. I mean, I am trying my best here. It's just my best is not really super great because I'm still techies. The thing is, 9 inventory spots only really matters once you know, fill them up with useful stuff. And we're not really getting there. Alright, there we go. Take down these guys. And I don't have inventory space. It's okay, we'll just have the courier deliver it to us in a moment while we farm. Because I don't really want to drop anything. There we go. We're close. We've got the Lincolns. Very good. And we're techies. We do need level 25. So we get the bonus damage. Do you ever just buy like a casual moon shard? Maybe we should. I do like my Lincolns now. It's nice. It's just like chilling in the backpack. I expect it's actually going to be like a little bit difficult for our opponents to even spot it. Because, you know, the backpack items are smaller and grayed out. So, go ahead and take this tower here. Let's go.
The
Big
enemy's
money.
top tower has fallen.
And what do we buy? Butterfly? Butterfly actually seems like a fun backpack item. Like, what's our backpack gonna be? Butterfly, Skadi, Lincolns? That seems alright. We're just gonna be a right clicker. I feel like that much is already obvious. Is it gonna be good? No. Will you stop me? No. This is going to happen, and it's gonna be great. Oh. Okay. Oh, we're dead, right? Oh, techies, why do you suck so much? That was just like nothing. God, we did no damage to that. It's probably the Dazzle here helping out. Good butterfly. We need attack speed. I think we need attack speed way more than damage. Just because at level 25 we get huge damage, right? That seems good enough to me. Anyway, I do like this patch in terms of what it is. What I don't like about this patch is what it isn't, which is buyback fixes, resource limiting, mega creep changes. I don't know. There are a couple of things that I would like to see from Dota that are not included here. Which is unfortunate. But to be honest, I don't ever think that those wishes I have there, I will see. Okay, we've got some attack speed now. Just attack. Just attack. Come on, techies. So much invis. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I'm dead here, right? All of that invisibility, that's making my life difficult. Also, Lion is just kind of a huge lad. Absolute monster with that fist of death. Heroes are now even stronger. The mega creeps are just normal creeps. Yeah, I still think that mega creeps should be much more powerful than they are. Right? Like, to me, those are the changes that I really care about. But unfortunately, those are not the changes that the community at large cares about. The community at large, they are much more concerned with stuff like, you know, hero-specific changes. Or, you know, like new heroes altogether. And that's something I don't care about myself. Like, honestly, I would be fine if Valve never released a new hero. I would be okay with that. I don't think we need any more. Instead, you focus that time on fixing up the existing cast, making it the perfect 121 or however many we've got, right? Alright. So we have bonus damage now. Tier 3 token. Vindicator's Axe. I really only care about attack speed. That's the only thing that matters. I mean, I just need like another hour to farm, really. I don't know if everybody else is in a hurry, but if you could just give me like another hour to get all of my items, I think that would be really powerful.
You sure? Quit arguing.
Okay.
Yes.
Come over here. Give myself this evasion thing in a moment. And look at that mobility. Oh, they up there. All right. Oh no. Give me a break. Am I dead? Probably. Lots of stuns. I'm gonna need this. Now I stand a chance. Because I have to disarm, right? Nice! Whew!